What's up, Food Geeks? Chef Nikki here, back with another episode of Nikki Talks Food. So today, we are going to conquer the oxtail. You guys are going to love this recipe. I'm going to use the braising sequence, which is a classic way to braise tough meats like roasts, exercised cuts, shanks, veal shank, pork shank, lamb shank. The technique stays the same, but the players change. So I'll explain that in a little bit. But let's get started. First, we're going to start off by seasoning these beauties with some hickory smoked salt from Pro Seasoning. And we're going to do a nice even coat on both sides, because no one wants one-sided tasting food. Then we're going to use bourbon black pepper from Pro Seasoning as well. And this has shallots in it, which is going to really wake up the flavor of these oxtails. I'm going to use a big old braising pan. You know, you can use a pot if you want to, but I'm just going to add a little bit of grapeseed oil. This is a very high heat cooking fat, so it won't break down and smoke as quickly as like an extra virgin olive oil would. So I'm going to make sure that this pan gets up to what we call smoke point, meaning that the oil is actually going to start smoking before we put our meat in, and that will ensure we get a nice, crispy, beautiful crust. We want to hear the sizzle when, and I always say this all the time, I want to hear that sizzle when that food hits the pan. Okay, so we got everything all browned up, looks beautiful, and now what's left in the pan is called fond, F-O-N-D, and that is the cornerstone of where the flavor comes from for your dish. So don't be afraid of that. That's beautiful stuff right there. So I'm just cooking it in the beef fat that's left over. I'm gonna add about, I don't know, half a tablespoon of dry thyme. That way it has a chance to kind of open up, because this is a dry heat cooking method so far. Okay, next goes our garlic, and garlic we don't want to burn. We're very concerned about the garlic. And I'm gonna throw in about a tablespoon and a half of butter. And that's so I can make a roux. I used to say in culinary school, how does a chef make a sauce? And everybody would say, with a roux. But it's true. To make, you know, we don't want weak sauce. Now I'm going to cut the heat off, and I'm going to add a little bit of brandy. You can flambe it if you're feeling saucy or dangerous, or I don't know. Be careful. This is very flammable. You could do this if you wanted to make chicken stew. You would sear off your chicken, remove your chicken. You guys get the idea. Add your aromatics. Maybe you want it Cajun style. You use the Cajun Trinity. Then you make a really dark roux. Then you add maybe you add seafood base and make like a gumbo. You know, it's all the same technique. That's the key to cooking, is by learning fundamentals, you can make an exponential amount of food. Right? So this is going to go into my oven for a couple of hours. I will see you then. And here is what we got. And there it is. Beautifully braised oxtails. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like my show, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell, and as always, leave a comment down below after you watch the video. You can buy my seasonings at chefnikki.net. That's Nikki with 2 Ks, and I'll put the link right here. I'll also post the recipe in the description.